Martin Isaiah Gordillo. Abigail Esperanza Martinez Ruan. Yaxeni Moreno, with honors.
I should probably just start at the beginning. The name's Sly. Sly Cooper, and I'm a thief. From a long line of thieves. In fact, thieving is the family business. And business was good. Although, until recently, I considered myself retired. Having hung up my mask and cane, I was enjoying life on the other side of the law. In the company of a certain lovely Interpol agent named Carmelita Fox. She and I had a history, which generally involved her trying to lock me up. So, I should mention our current situation was only possible because she thought I had amnesia. I didn't. It was great to finally enjoy each other's company without a shock pistol being involved, and we quickly put the past behind us. But as time went on, the old itch came back, and I knew I needed to pull a heist. I should also mention that as a master thief, I only steal from other thieves. So it took me a while, but I finally found what I was looking for. My target was an upstart art mogul, a real hotshot collector. He seemed respectable, had even opened a new museum. But I could smell a rat. Reliable sources told me he was dealing in black market antiques worth millions. So I felt he should share the wealth. I was working on a plan when one night, as if on cue, Bentley showed up. Bentley was the brains of our operation, the mastermind. We grew up in the same orphanage where we bonded over stealing cookies, our very first heist, and we've been best friends and partners ever since. We hadn't seen each other for a while, but I knew immediately that something was up. Bentley had been enjoying his time off too, building a new lab from scratch with his girlfriend and fellow tech whiz, Penelope. She had joined the team on our last caper, and the two of them had really hit it off. Apparently, they'd just finished work on a top-secret project when Penelope had simply vanished. Her family for generations. Its pages overflowing with the exploits and secret techniques of my esteemed ancestors. Only now, those pages weren't so full. In fact, they were disappearing right before Bentley's eyes. Realizing there was no time to waste, he gathered his gear and raced off to Paris. The first thing Bentley did was track down Murray, the third in our trio. Murray was our enforcer, the muscle, and the guy who'd eaten all the cookies we stole back in our orphanage days. Through the years, the three of us had become an unbeatable team, and we were more like a family now than a gang. Murray had been living his dream on the pro driving circuit, where his van had become famous, or rather, infamous, for all the crashes he'd caused. Eventually, he was unable to find a sponsor due to his high insurance premiums, and he moved into Demolition Derby, where he remained undefeated. When Bentley showed up, however, Murray dropped everything to help out. Especially when Bentley explained that his van was the key to the whole plan. With Carmelita distracted by a new assignment, I took the opportunity to slip away and met up with the guys at our old Paris hideout. Bentley launched into one of his elaborate presentations, and I saw the whole scary picture. Someone, or something, was literally erasing Cooper history. Then, to our amazement, Bentley revealed that he already had the solution: time travel. It turns out his top-secret project was constructing a time machine. And now he modified the design to fit into Murray's van. We were going to travel back in time, stop those responsible, and fix the damage they'd done. Bentley explained the only catch was that in order to travel to a particular time, the machine required an object from that era. We knew from the changes to the Thievius Raccoonus that our first stop was feudal Japan. So here we were, about to steal a priceless 17th century samurai dagger from the same museum I'd been casing. Funny how things work out sometimes.
Okay, you both remember the plan, right?
Of course! My mind is like a steel cap!
That's trap, big guy. And everybody relax. We've been over it 1,000,000 times. What could possibly go wrong?
Famous last words. Look, we're only gonna get one shot at this, so we can't mess up.
All right, no messing up allowed. Now stop worrying. This is gonna be a piece of cake. I'll see you both inside. Now let's get going. Whoa!
Careful, Fly. Those security choppers are bad, too.
Hey, Bentley, was truck surfing part of Murray's entrance strategy?
Security really beefed up tonight.
That was too close. Guess I'm a little out of practice.
You say something, Sly?
No. All good here, Bentley.
Okay, it looks like you're going to have to find another way up. Use that ledge to move around to the front of the museum, and stay out of that security light.
I think I can handle that. Okay, Bentley, I'm in place. Let me know when you shut down the security system.
Patience, Sly. You can't rush greatness, and I'm about to code a hacking masterpiece. Phew! Talk about your close shaves.
How's that security system coming, Bentley?
Great. Perfect. I'll be done in a jiffy. And that's the way the code base crumbles. Okay, Murray, you're up.
The Murray is always on, Bentley! Huh? Where did you come from, shortstop? You fools don't stand a chance! My knuckles are just getting... That felt great!
Everything okay, Murray?
Now it is!
Okay, Sly, the security system is down. You're all clear.
Great. I'm going in. What the?
You didn't really think you were gonna get away with it, did you, Ringtail?
You. Let's hit it.
Buckle up, boys! Oh yeah! Just like in a demolition derby!
Look out! No! I think I cracked my shell. Watch out for those trees! Where are you going?
Just setting up for the jump! Welcome to Air Murray! Thanks for flying!
Nice landing, Murray. Hey, Bentley, not to complain, but we're kind of trapped here.
Relax, Sly. Just put the dagger in the receptacle. Perfect. Isotopic decay calibrated. Adjusting fusion synthesis. Anytime you want to punch it, Murray.
You got it, chum!
Do not slow down, Murray.
I never do! Whoa!
Well, what else can I say about Carmelita? As you can see, our relationship is complicated. And I just succeeded in upgrading it to hazardous. I certainly wasn't expecting her to crash the party. She'd been so busy with her latest case, I never thought she'd have her eye on me. In fact, I'd kind of been counting on it. But then, I should have known better than to underestimate Inspector Carmelita Fox. As much as she liked having fun, Carmelita was serious about her police work. And now, I had a lot of explaining to do. But the plan was in motion, and there was no stopping now. Even though I was thinking I'd need the time machine just to patch things up with Carmelita. Before the heist, we'd recruited our disco-loving, scuba-diving friend, Dimitri Lestow, to look after the Thievius Raccoonus. Because it was irreplaceable and the only guide we had, it was far too risky to take the book through time with us. Bentley had even invented a communication device to allow us to contact Dimitri no matter where or when we traveled. It was a perfect situation, since it allowed him to update us on any changes to the book while limiting our exposure to his fashion critiques. Everything was happening so fast. The past few days were just a blur. But as we howled through the time vortex, I realized we were in for a very long trip. We needed to locate Ryuichi Cooper, Master Ninja, and Master Chef. According to the Cooper clan history, Ryuichi Cooper was actually the inventor of sushi. After creating this delectable dish, he opened a sushi restaurant, which, while very prosperous, also provided the perfect cover for a ninja. When we got to Japan, it was obvious something was very wrong. What should have been a peaceful village was more like a heavily patrolled military base. We located Ryuichi's sushi restaurant only to find it shut down and under guard. Things got worse when Bentley discovered that Ryuichi was locked up in a new high-security jail, allegedly for serving bad sushi to the shogun. It all sounded like a pretty tough piece of fish to swallow. We needed to get to the bottom of the situation, and the first order of business was getting Ryuichi out of prison.
Okay, Sly. We need to break Ryuichi out of jail. I have some ideas, but you know the drill. I need you to do some recon for me.
Camera work?
Correctamundo, mon ami. I need some shots of the prison entrance and the samurai armor those big guards are wearing. You should also grab some shots of Ryuichi's restaurant. We may need those for later. Capiche?
Yeah. I got you, pal. But maybe we should stick with English.
Sayonara, Cooper-san. recognize that guy. He's wanted by Interpol. He's a ruthless mercenary general responsible for overthrowing several small countries.
So, what kind of mess are we in, Bentley?
I don't know, but one thing's certain. My hunch was correct. We aren't the only ones with a time machine. Sly, this place is locked down tighter than, well, tighter than...
Doorbell?
Very funny. No, you're going to need a disguise. Get yourself a suit of armor from those guards. That's our way in.
Roger that. Just call me Samurai Sly. You there! Open the door!
A little short to be a commander, aren't you? Who are you?
Why, I am Major Mugshot.
Huh? Mugshot? I've never heard of you.
Ha! You dare question me? Son, I've been a guard since you were just a squealing piglet. Wait until I tell the General about this. I hear he loves pork chops.
Wait, I'm very sorry, sir. I didn't recognize you. Please, go right in.
Hey, Ryoichi Cooper. Are you okay?
Your guards all seem to make very poor jokes.
Come on, I'm not one of those bozos. I'm here to bust you out. The name's Sly.
Ah, I see. A fellow ninja. Very good. You will need to make your way to the Dragon Bridge to reach this cage. Hurry up!
Okay, I'll be there soon. Just stay put.
Sly, I don't think you can break the lock on that gate. And even if you could, there's no time.
Thanks, Bentley. How about some good news?
Look around, Sly. One of these guards must have the key.
See, that's more like it. Whoops.
I do not know you, but only a true Cooper could have reached this cage.
Yeah, I didn't want to alarm you, but my full name is Sly Cooper. I'm your relative. From the future.
Do not worry, ninja are never alarmed. With all that has happened here lately, I believe you. Now perhaps you would open the key so that we may escape certain death.
Right, of course. After rescuing Ryoichi, we returned to the hideout. Unfortunately, there wasn't much time for family reunions. We needed to figure out what was going on, and fast. Ryoichi confirmed that the source of the trouble was the tiger we had tracked in the village, someone calling himself El Jefe. After some more database digging, Bentley was able to uncover his Interpol file. El Jefe had an impressive record. Over the years, he had taken over dozens of small countries around the globe, usually for the highest bidder. He was a ruthless mercenary and military strategist of the highest order. In fact, he once boasted that he could overthrow a country commanding only 3 blind mice, armed with plastic spoons. According to his file, this guy had mysteriously vanished a while back, just as the authorities were closing in. We had found him, and we needed to take him down. It looked like we were in for a tough battle, so we decided to start with Ryoichi's sushi shop.
Okay, Sly. It's time for Ryoichi to reclaim his sushi restaurant. It looks like the front door is the only entrance. We need to get rid of that guard if we're going to get Ryoichi inside. However, security is on high alert since we broke him out of jail, and we can't risk raising an alarm. I think this one is going to require some...
I just look good in armor.
Please.
No one gets in or out, understand? I don't want any more problems. Dismissed.
Okay, Ryoichi. I guess I don't need to tell you about your own place. Quite ingenious of you to use your sushi knives as door keys, by the way.
Bentley-san, I am a ninja master.
Right. My bad. Anyway, my scan reveals your sushi knives are still here. The bad news is the guards... There are also some security traps you've definitely never seen before.
Bentley-san, though the bamboo forest is dense, water flows through it without effort.
Yeah. Just be careful not to alert the guards. Now get those knives and take your restaurant back. All right, Ryoichi. Only one more knife to go.
It's been a long time since we went fishing, Bentley. I'm excited.
Well, this is no vacation, Murray. We need to help Ryoichi get back on track as a sushi chef. And what he needs most right now is fish. We're here because these caves are his secret spot for catching the best fish. Unfortunately, judging from this security lock, it looks like El Jefe's been here too.
Can you open it, buddy?
Are you kidding? I've never met a system I couldn't hack. Don't worry, Murray. We'll be fishing in no time. Okay, Murray. We need to find the secret fishing hole. Let's try that gate over there. Think you can open it?
No problem, chum. Fresh fish coming up.
Hold up, Murray. Those mammoth lightning bugs will give you a nasty shock. Lucky for us, that large plant is a giant lamp leaf. Hitting it will make it glow and attract the bugs. Give it a whack and get those things out of our way.
Man, this is a serious load. Oh, do you think Ryoichi will make us some sushi as a reward?
I'm not sure, but let's just get this fish back to him without El Jefe's goons turning us into sashimi.
Never fear, Bentley. Nobody makes a hippo roll out of the Murray.
Okay, Ryoichi, the plan's simple. El Jefe only comes out of the castle to talk to Madame Geisha. If we want to know what he tells her, we're going to need her costume. The good news is, I discovered she's on vacation, and El Jefe doesn't know it yet. The bad news is, it looks like the Geisha house is locked up tight. There's no way to get in from the street. If only you could get to the roof.
Ah, for a ninja, there is always a way.
Okay.
Talk to you inside, Bentley-san.
Ryoichi, it appears that Madame Geisha's outfit is locked inside that large container. Although you'll probably want to stay off the floor in here. No sense alerting the guards.
Of course. Does a cat alert the rats?
Right. Okay, we can get in through the top, but judging from the lock mechanism, it appears to be open remotely. I'm going to need you to locate and activate the control devices. It looks like the doorway to the first wing is open. There's bound to be one in there, and a whole load of traps, so be careful.
Arigato, Bentley-san.
Target acquired. Agent Hawk going in.
Murray-san, please be careful. That cable looks rather delicate.
Have no fear, the Murray is here. Ah!
Okay, Murray, it looks like we're going to have to try out your disguise a bit earlier than expected. I hope you remember the routine we rehearsed.
You there! What's going on? Explain yourself!
Konnichiwa! I am the most famous Madame Geisha. Please allow me to entertain you.
Okay, according to my calculations, this is the optimal location to launch the RC car. With the miniature microphone I installed, it should be a snap to follow El Jefe and see what he's up to. Looks like he's headed for the prison. Time to get rolling. Looks like he's headed for the prison. Time to get rolling.
Ah, even this magnificent prison pales when compared to my new statue fortress.
New statue fortress? That must be where he's hiding out all the time.
Nobody would guess the Palace Gate switch is actually under the bridge.
You're messing with the wrong turtle, buddy.
Ah, fishing caves. Good thing I sealed them. My dragon gates are invincible, as long as that lazy guard doesn't get distracted by sushi.
Very interesting. I think we can probably help that guard out.
Even if those fools get to the dragon gates, they'll never figure out the switches are inside the dragon mouths.
Excellent. Keep slapping those big lips, sucker.
Now I just need to find that blasted Ryoichi, so I can deliver the package to the boss.
Package? Boss? We need to figure out what's going on in that palace.
Konnichiwa, Jefe-san!
Greetings, Madam Geisha.
Okay, Ryuichi, we need to collect samples from those strange plants growing high on the cave walls. Commonly known as the spiky wall climber, it secretes a mild toxin we can use to make sushi rolls that will put any guard to sleep instantly. Just be careful not to be overcome yourself.
Bentley-san, did I not explain?
You're a ninja master. I know.
Hey? No. Allow me to show you how it's done.
Well, now at least I know where Sly gets it from.
All right, we have all the intel we need. El Jefe has played dictator for the last time, and it's time to bring him down. First, we need to open those dragon gates. Thanks to Ryuichi's special sushi rolls, the guards are out for the count. Sly, you'll need to gain access to the switches in their mouths. Next, we'll need to open the palace sword gate. However, the bridge is crawling with guards, so we'll need to create a diversion. Murray, you, Sly, and myself will need to distract the guards. Once they're occupied, Ryuichi can make his way under the bridge to the switch and open the gate. Once we get that gate open, there's nothing. Need to create a diversion. Murray, you, Sly, and myself will need to distract the guards. Once they're occupied, Ryuichi can make his way under the bridge to the switch and open the gate. Once we get that gate open, there's nothing stopping us from taking the palace and putting El Jefe in his place. Viva la Revolucion!
them, you fools!
Okay, you all know what to do. Time to kick some butt!
My favorite time of the day!
Let's do this.
It's mine.
Oh. My cane!
Sorry, Cooper. You lose. I need to deliver this puny stick to a new owner.
No! El Jefe's getting away!
Don't worry, Ryuichi. Watch after these two. I'm gonna kick some tiger tail and get your cane back.
Hey, Cooper! What do you think of my statue?
Ha! Looks like a real pigeon magnet.
Ah! I hope you can fly like a pigeon, Cooper! Otherwise, you'll never catch me!
We'll see about that.
A magnificent likeness, isn't it, Cooper? Almost as handsome as the real thing!
Huh. Yeah. Looks almost big enough to contain your overinflated ego.
Take a nice long look. I want you to remember the one who crushed you.
Looks to me like you've got nowhere left to run, El Jefe. Ready to face me now?
Sticking up for the family, eh, Cooper? Too bad you'll never see any of them again. Oh, Cooper, you've climbed so high, and now you're gonna fall. You know something, Cooper? You're actually starting to annoy me.
Oh, don't worry. I have that effect on all cowardly crime lords. El Jefe. Isn't that Spanish for big baby?
Ah! Enough of these stupid games! Estúpido rata!
El Jefe was defeated, disgraced, and delivered to the cops. But it was a hollow victory. I'd failed to get back Ryuichi's cane, and we still had no idea who was really behind this whole thing. One thing was for sure, it was somebody powerful enough to have his own private army. We contacted Dimitri for an update on the Thievius Raccoonus, and it looked like Tennessee Kid Cooper needed our help next. That meant we needed to travel back to the 1880s. Luckily, one of the goons that took Ryuichi's cane had dropped what looked like an old sheriff's badge. Bentley had been trying to figure out where it might be from, but now it all made sense. After sampling the badge, Bentley was able to calibrate the time machine. As we prepared to make the jump back to the Old West, I found myself wondering how Carmelita was doing. We arrived in the Wild West, looking for my ancestor, Tennessee Kid Cooper. A legendary outlaw whose bank robberies were some of the most daring in Cooper lore. When we arrived, it took some time to locate him. But we eventually found him. In prison. His arrest was the handiwork of the local sheriff, who had celebrated by posting his own picture all over town. Talk about an ego. We needed to bust Tennessee out of jail. But after some furious calculations, Bentley determined that the best way to do that was from the inside. For the first time in my career, I was going to have to let the law catch me. This could be a real challenge.
Sly, they're already rigging a noose for Tennessee, so we don't have time for a complicated plan. All my data points to one thing. The quickest route inside that prison is to get yourself arrested.
Get myself arrested? I trust you, Bentley, but I'm not sure about getting locked up in this town.
Sorry, Sly. It's the only way we're gonna reach Tennessee in time. There's just one problem. They're holding Kid Cooper in the maximum security wing. To get yourself thrown in there, you're gonna have to gain outlaw status. So you need to make sure you build a rep before they catch you. Otherwise, they'll throw you in with the common criminals.
Ugh, you mean like jaywalkers and litterbugs? Not gonna happen.
Well, around these parts, it's probably more like goat thieves and tobacco spinners. But you get the point. For starters, why don't you try defacing all those posters of the sheriff around town? That ought to put a burr under his saddle. Get it? Because we're in the Old West? Well, anyway, I'll just let you get started.
This guy's a real egomaniac.
I think you just achieved troublemaker status, Sly.
Oh, now this really chaps my hide! I'm going to find this artist and bust his thumbs! And maybe his pinky.
We definitely got under his skin, Sly. You ready for phase 2?
Absolutely.
Apparently, the sheriff also loves lollipops, but his favorite is a particular Cuban variety which has to be shipped in specially. Supposedly, they taste like rice and beans.
Ugh, gross.
Agreed. But if we clean him out, he'll have to wait weeks for the next shipment, and that should really tick him off. All right, this is going perfectly. You'll be locked up in no time.
You know, you're a little too excited about sending me to the slammer, Bentley.
It's all about the job, Sly. Speaking of which, in case you hadn't noticed, this sheriff's toothpick is his own biggest fan. In fact, it looks like he's throwing himself a festival, and it's in full swing. If you take that banner down, I'm sure it'll be the final straw.
Right. Let's go rain on this guy's parade.
Hold your fires, boss! That there is the scribbly, lolly-thieving outlaw I've been looking for! Well, amigo. You just booked yourself a permanent room in this stony lonesome.
Howdy. Howdy yourself. Looks like you must have ticked old Toothpick off pretty good. I like that. You got a name?
It's Sly. Sly Cooper.
Now, son, you should know I don't take kindly to folks funning on my family name.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I swear, I'm not joking. I can explain.
Talk ain't worth spit, boy. Only one way to prove you're a Cooper. Bust us out of here.
Right. My friend Bentley's working on that. I hope.
Sly, here's your chance. Use the ball to break down that door and bust Tennessee out. Sly, you're gonna need Tennessee to carry the TNT to blow the perimeter wall. Needless to say, you'll want to make sure he steers clear of things like fire or bullets.
Naturally. Thanks, Bentley.
Son, who is it you keep talking to?
I have a thing in my ear that lets me talk to my friend. And now he's telling me you need to carry some of that TNT so we can blow the gate.
Sure. I got voices in my head telling me to blow things up too. They've been right so far. Let's get to it.
Look around, Sly. There's bound to be a switch somewhere. Sly, use that melting pot to move Tennessee forward. Just avoid the flames. Well, it looks like somebody's supplying Toothpick with new technology. That is a phased carpet race, Sly. One touch means instant death. Switch into your jailbird costume and try using that ball in a different way. Press the R2 button to get on top of it. You should be able to ride it around using the left stick.
Huh, that did the trick. Let's keep moving along.
Sly, it appears that archway in front of the door is some kind of locking mechanism. And that block is the key. Now you just need to figure out how to get it in there.
Someday I will get Bentley back for this. Hey, these baboons need a bath. Maybe 2 baths. Come on. How many Cooper gang members does it take to open a door?
I am thinking I should go no further. I have passed my greatest wisdom on to you. The last of my friends are now retired, and I have had enough snakes and scorpions and climbing for 3 lifetimes. Besides, I was thinking someone should watch over Carmelita to make sure she is safe.
All right, Salim. We couldn't have made it this far without you, but I think we can handle it from here. You've definitely earned your retirement. Go enjoy it. And the belly dancing.
Thank you. I will.
Whoa!
Thank you. I will.
Whoa!
You said it, pal.
This is definitely more than I was expecting. An underground docking station for La Paradox's blimp. No wonder we haven't seen that thing floating around.
So, what's our next move, Bentley?
Well, first we need something to distract those guards, so I can get to that control room. I whipped up a surprise for Miss Decimal with the leftover material from Carmelita's outfit, but I think it might work better here.
Finally! Just point me in the direction of the changing room and... What the...
Get your paws off me, you noxious windbag!
But we had a deal! I made you the documents, and you promised me the lost masterpieces! Mozart, Beethoven, romantic nights on the Riviera!
Yes. Well, thank you so much for my papers, but it wouldn't have worked out between us. I'm just not into big noses, and as for your music... how can I put this? It stinks worse than I do!
Why, you filthy, backstabbing, two-timing scoundrel!
Flattery will get you nowhere. And as for you, Cooper, don't even think about trying anything. Otherwise, we're going to find out if your girlfriend can fly. I don't see any wings, do you?
Touch me again and I'll break both your arms! Sly!
Don't worry, Carmelita. This isn't over.
Isn't it? In fact, I believe there is a perfect saying for this situation. The fat lady, she has sung. Au revoir, Sly Cooper! Ah well, c'est la vie.
We may have stopped Miss Decibel, but it meant absolutely nothing. We were on the ropes. La Paradox had beaten us every step of the way, and he held all the cards. Carmelita, my ancestors' canes, and now his fake pedigree. I couldn't remember a time since we teamed up that we felt so defeated. And talking to Dimitri didn't help. He was freaked out and yelling about having to boogie down in Skunk Town. So as usual, his words made little sense. But the message was clear. We had to get back home fast. We may have been down, but we definitely weren't out. There was too much riding on this. The lives of everyone we cared about, not to mention the very...
My revenge will be complete. It is time now for you to go. Bon voyage!
Sly!
Look, are you filthy vermin? Woo, wait! Cut that closer than a $10 shave. Reckon my time here's up.
Take care, Tennessee!
I will crush you!
Carmelita and get off this thing.
We all need to leave right now. That maniac just tore a hole in time-space.
I need to finish this fight here and now for the whole Cooper clan. And I'm the only one who can glide out of here.
This whole blimp could disappear any second.
Right, so there's no time to argue. Just go.
Sly,
I know. Me too.
Sly, do you read me?
So, before we finish this, let me get one thing straight. You came after the Coopers because of what happened to your father?
No, you imbecile! I came after the Coopers to prove that Le Paradox is the greatest thief who has ever lived. Is there any doubt? Ask yourself this. If the Coopers were truly the greatest thieves in history, and I have stolen their most valued possessions, then what does that make me?
An idiot? You had it made. You could have been the biggest thief of all time, but you had to target my ancestors and blow your own cover. You exposed your operation because of your ego. No Cooper would have done that. And for the record, can you really say you stole the canes? Seems like your friends did all the real work.
Enjoy your words, Cooper, because they will be your last. This is not right! My plan was perfect!
Sorry, pal. You just can't plan for a Cooper.
Just please, help me!
Why should I?
I do not wish to die!
I guess you won't be doing any harm from a prison cell.
As I said, so predictable.
You won't get away with this. I'll find you.
Au contraire, Sly Cooper. I do not think we will meet again.
It's been a while since that night, but there's still no sign of Sly. Or that cursed blimp. The skunk could barely tread water. So by the time they picked him up, he was happy to see them. Word is he earned a special cell in solitary confinement, where the only thing he'll be collecting from now on is gray hair. Both Paris and the Thievius Raccoons were back to normal, but that hardly made us feel any better. At first, we just waited, assuming Sly would show up the way he always did. But as the days stretched into weeks, we had to face the fact that he was truly lost. We've stopped talking about it all the time, but I know it's all we're thinking about, even if we show it in different ways. Murray seems like his usual cheerful self, but I can tell there's a new level of seriousness underneath it all. He's on the professional wrestling circuit now, and he's really been pushing himself. I know he's doing it to keep his fighting skills sharp. Like all of us, he wants to be ready for action the minute we locate Sly. Carmelita returned to Interpol, where she threw herself into her work, busting criminals at a record pace. She's been so busy, I haven't seen her for a while now. My sources tell me she's conducting her own investigation into Sly's whereabouts. Out of everyone, I think she took his disappearance the hardest, even if she never shows it. At least not in public. As for myself, I continue to search. Even using all my technology, I haven't found a clue. The time machine is no help since we need to know where Sly was for that to work. I get discouraged sometimes, but I'll never give up. Because I know Sly's out there, and I know that wherever he is, we will find him. investigation into Sly's whereabouts. Out of everyone, I think she took his disappearance the hardest, even if she never shows it. At least not in public. As for myself, I continue to search. Even using all my technology, I haven't found a clue. The time machine is no help since we need to know where Sly was for that to work. I get discouraged sometimes, but I'll never give up. Because I know Sly's out there, and I know that wherever he is, we will find him.
Do you have any idea what that suit was worth? It was one of a kind! You cost me too much already, Cooper. It's time to pay the fiddler.
That's enough, Penelope.
Huh?
You heard me.
Bentley, your suit, is that my moat monster?
Yeah, what's left of it anyway. The design was adequate. I made some adjustments.
It was just a prototype anyway.
Why'd you do it, Penelope? You owe me that much at least.
Why? For you, of course. I had to make you see how things could be.
I'm not going to be one of the bad guys, Penelope.
Huh, bad guys? That's kind of funny, Bentley, seeing as how you work for a thief. But you know the most valuable thing Sly ever stole? Your potential. Together, we could change the world, but you're still chasing after honor for chump change. When are you gonna wake up?
So you sold out to La Paradox for the money?
No, you're not listening. He's just a means to an end.
Wow. And I thought you were smart. Do you really think he's going to just let you go? He owns you now. You're his puppet. And when you've served your purpose, he's going to cut your strings.
I'm nobody's puppet. Too bad I can't say the same for you. I'm sorry, Bentley, but I guess it's time to make this breakup official.
Penelope, wait! We don't have to do it like this!
Oh, I think we do. It's time to cut some strings. For good.
Thanks, Bentley. Look, I'm sorry about Penelope.
No, Sly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help you guys the whole time.
It's okay. She fooled us all, pal.
I guess. But that's no excuse for me not being there. I lost sight of my true friends. That won't happen again.
Hey! Guys!
We could use some help over here.
Sounds like they need some help getting out of there. Know anyone that could swing that?
Well, I do know this one guy, but he's probably busy, so I guess I'll have to do it.
It's good to have you back, Bentley. We contacted Dimitri, who started in about sandstorms and camel spit. Well, we finally deciphered enough to realize it was my ancestor Salim al-Kupar who was in trouble now, which meant we needed to get to ancient Arabia on the double. This time, Carmelita provided the solution. Before La Paradox grabbed her back at the museum, she'd managed to pocket a gold coin as evidence. And our luck held, as it turned out the antique gold piece was exactly what we needed. As we prepared to leave, everyone was keeping an eye on Bentley. He downplayed his heroics and refused to acknowledge that he'd saved us all. I sensed a new confidence in him, which I guess had come from finally confronting his personal demons. He'd been through so much, but when it really mattered, he bounced back stronger than ever. I was sure about two things. I couldn't be more proud of Bentley, and we were going to need every ounce of his newfound strength to take down the paradox. We'd traveled to ancient Arabia to find Salim al-Kupar, an ancestor said to possess the stealth of 40 thieves. No surprise then when Bentley's research revealed that this guy was a charter member of the infamous 40 Thieves. For once, it appeared we'd have plenty of backup to help out with this job. When we arrived, however, we were shocked to find that most of the thieves had already retired. Having made their fortunes and gotten older, these great thieves had decided to call it quits and enjoy their golden years in peace. What wasn't shocking was the unmistakable presence of Cyril the Paradox. Nasty-looking guards patrolled everywhere, and it was clear that something sinister was going on. After some detective work, Bentley had even worse news. No one had seen Salim al-Kupar for some time. He had been working with a few of the remaining thieves, but had simply vanished. So where was he? That was the first thing we needed to figure out.
Okay, Sly. Word on the street is that Salim al-Kupar was driven into hiding, but that he's still in the area. We need to figure out where he's hiding and then find out why. To facilitate that, I've built you a new toy.
Cool. Is it a robotic turtle butler?
No. After gathering data from your ancestors, I've been able to map the Cooper DNA. I've modified your binocucom with a new visual guidance system that I've programmed to detect anything with which Salim al-Kupar may have come in contact.
Wow, Bentley. That's some real science fiction.
Sly, that door definitely does not belong here. You'd better get a picture of that as well so I can analyze it.
Greetings. You're Salim al-Kupar, aren't you?
And who are you?
Well, that part's kind of complicated. I'm a thief like you, but I'm kind of new in town. How about you come back to my gang's hideout and I can explain myself?
How about you go lick a camel's hump?
Okay. Look, I know you're in trouble. I'm here to help. I can explain everything, but let's go where we can talk safely. Besides, you look hungry. How would you like some food?
Food? It was foolish of you not to mention that in the first place. Let's go.
Back at the hideout, introductions went quickly as Salim stuffed his face. He told us about his problem. Some new player calling herself Miss Decibel had rolled into town and started throwing lots of money around. It didn't take a genius to figure out who the time-traveling lieutenant was here. Salim and the three remaining thieves had decided to pull one last heist before disappearing into retirement, Miss Decibel being the target. Of course, with her technology, she had easily captured his thief brothers, and Salim had been trying to come up with a plan to free them ever since. Bentley uncovered some interesting background information. Miss Decibel had come from a wealthy British family. Her true love was classical music. Unfortunately, her complete lack of musical talent, coupled with an extreme temper, made for a volatile combination. After suffering a freak accident during a tantrum, she was left unable to play music normally. However, when she discovered she could control people with her hypnotic tones, a new criminal was born. She began using her devious talents to control others, forcing them to commit crimes for her. We told Salim about the paradox, and the whole thing made some strange kind of sense to him. The bad news was that he wasn't completely convinced that we were there to help him. I could see I was going to have to prove myself. Again.
Okay, apparently Salim lost a small fortune betting on the camels a while back and had to pawn his thief outfit. Sly, if we could buy that outfit back for Salim, I'm sure we could gain his trust. The shopkeeper is a security freak, a real head case. His place is a fortress and he never leaves. All business is conducted through a slot in the door. I think this is one time we're going to have to play it straight and pay the man what he wants. As you might imagine, his price is pretty steep. The shopkeeper will only accept payment in the form of flawless gemstones. 3 to be exact. The only gems of that quality around here are the decorative stones embedded in the city walls. I've located the 3 largest specimens for you. All you have to do is remove them, avoid the guards, and bring them to the shop. Just make sure those gems are still flawless when you get there.
What do you want?
I'm here to buy the thief outfit.
Sorry, I do not believe one such as yourself could meet my price. Good day.
Oh, that's too bad. I guess I'll just have to go bet these gems on the camel races.
Wait, you have gems? Let me see.
Man, these rocks are so heavy, I can barely lift them. You want the gems? I want the outfit. Do we have a deal?
Indeed. If you want to purchase these old rags